why I'll never build a $1 million business. Now, there are so many reasons. How do I know? Simply because I haven't. I have been in business for 10 years and I feel like an absolute 10-year failure. Can you relate? And I was getting a little bit tired of it. So I began digging around into why. And then I heard this concept of setting an impossible goal. So let's do that. I thought, what's the worst that can happen? So setting a goal of a $1 million business this year in coaching from scratch. And of course, what happened? I couldn't sleep for 2 days. So what the actual fuck? There's a sign. It became very clear what the problem was. My brain went absolutely nuts. It had 1,000 reasons why this was never going to happen. And you looking from the outside, you can probably say all of the things maybe that I was thinking. They come up for you. Or you look at me and you say some things that I would absolutely say about myself. It's funny, isn't it, how we can see so much in others? And a few other things became really clear with a goal of $1 million in coaching in 2025. To myself and to others, it's absolutely impossible. You don't go from zero to a million, like capital I impossible, right? So why did I do this to myself? Well, there are a few reasons. And the first one is you hear those stupid quotes, what got you here won't get you there. And that is why I'm stuck at $200,000 a year. I've been sailing along at that, no real effort, right? And I wanted to break down and see what was the actual problem. So I know what got me here with this current level of knowledge, right? Skills, energy, thinking, actions. I'm the problem, right? I had to be really, really, really clear with myself and tell myself some things that were really a little bit hard to hear, right? Money is just an indicator of where my brain is at. Money is just an indicator for where your brain is at. Now, you might say, we just don't want money. Well, that's a thought that you're having. That's why you're not making any more money. So, what is it that was going on in my brain, right? This business stuff, it's not for the fragile. I'm not fragile. I can handle the truth. But there were some really deep, dark ones that I needed to really start to kick around and get right out of this comfort that I've been sitting in. So, this impossible goal, I set it because I knew it would just wake me the fuck right up, right? And that's the idea behind me setting this goal. It's not about whether or not I can achieve it, but who I needed to become along the way. So, I couldn't sleep because I had some stuff really surface for me. It woke up all of the stuff that's underneath, all of the stuff that I do, like scrolling on social media, or I'm watching TV, or I'm eating too many cookies, right? All of that stuff kind of buffers me from having to really take a look at what's going on. So the thoughts that came up about the 1 million in a year, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not disciplined enough. That's greedy. Who needs that? That's selfish. You can't grow a business from zero to a million in a year. Don't you know that Inc. 500 companies don't do that? And it goes on and on and on. And I just wrote them all out. I had to get them out of my brain. And when I tell other people I've set a $1 million goal, they come at me with that's impossible. That's crazy. Don't you know businesses don't grow like that? Oh, I can't believe that you're setting an impossible goal. That's not right. That's negative. You need to really be careful. And on and on and on. And fantastic. Let's get the shit out of let's get it out of let's open it all up and let's just call it all out. That's the first step. Get the chatter out into the open. And you're probably screaming at the screen as well. You crazy little bitch. She's just going to fall flat on her face. Yep, I sure as hell will. That's exactly what needs to happen. I needed to get all of that out of the way so that I could get to work. So I knew the goal was absolutely perfect. Why? Because this goal forced me to take a really good hard look at what I was doing and what I was not doing, and I could see some gaps. If I simply said, okay, Pamela, 2025, let's just double that. And I've done that before. And I didn't want to do 400,000 because I knew what was going to happen. I was simply going to work harder and it was in a business that I wasn't excited about anymore. things are changing. We're changing. I think many businesses in 2025 are taking a look at a lot of things. And I was as well. And I thought, where do I go from here? And since I need to make a change anyway, 400,000, let's just kick it right to 1 million, right? And why? Because this goal forced me to think differently. I knew this was the question. Who do I need to become to make this happen? Think about that for yourself as well. Like, it is so painful. It's not just about doing more. I didn't want to do more. I couldn't do more, but it was about rewiring the way I thought, the way I felt, all of my emotions, and the actions needed to align with a version of myself that I needed to be to make this happen. And I hadn't yet stepped into her. I know I'm powerful underneath. I think you do as well. If you're listening to this and you're drawn to me, you know there's like this brewing of energy, but it's really challenging to let it all out because it can be very, very, very earth shattering to your foundation of the people and everything that you've built, right? You've got to maybe lay it all aside, and that takes some incredible courage. And that's exactly what I'm doing. To get where I need to go, I've got to get rid of what is behind me. Just the goal alone has helped me make some incredible changes. I could see where I was missing the mark. The person that I am could not hit the million, right? So I could see that my current business was also missing pieces. So for me, last year, I actually set an impossible goal of $10 million, 5 years, and that forced me to take a really good look at myself. I had made tremendous changes in myself, but they didn't reflect in my business last year. And I believe they were simply preparing me for these next 4 years. So I broke down this 10 million into 1 million this year on purpose. And I stood up last year and called everything out in my personal life: myself, my marriage, where I live, how I eat. I took care of so much because I knew to hit the next goals that I had and needed to meet for myself in my life, some real changes needed to be made and a foundation at home had to happen. If you are struggling in personal relationships, and that includes one with yourself, the money that you want to make is not going to happen. I tried. If it could have happened, like I said, if it was to be, it's up to me. I'm going to make this happen. And all I did was exhaust myself. And I thought there has to be another way. Yes or yes? Absolutamente, right? So I had to rework a new vision for myself, and I needed to step into what is called the thought leader. $10 million, I'm going to need to be a thought leader. And I hired a branding expert to help me pull out more of who I really am and my vision for myself at this time. And I wanted to be sure, first, I was building the right business for me and the people I serve. Next, I had to get some marketing help. Absolutely, I am missing skills in marketing. Ryan Dice from Digital Marketer, I took his 1-year program and we started at the bottom with client avatar research. I have 15 interviews lined up, maybe even more by the time I record this, and I will do a minimum of 10 more. Why? The world has changed. Do you know that the answers that I am getting are not answers I would have gotten 2 years ago? And the biggest one is they need to know the person. They need to know of that person from someone else. They need to be able to trust them because they've been so burnt. That changes the offer, yes or yes? So let me share my spreadsheet with you here. These are the 1, 2, 3, 6 that I've done so far. I am doing everything from age all the way to a before and after, to a lifestyle, to their buyer's journey, how they want support, and some notes. And this is going to pull together all of the information that I need to create a before and an after of my ideal client. So on Ryan Dice's growth OS dashboard, there is a ideal client profiler that got me thinking. And these are the things that I am writing out. And as soon as I hit the before and the after, I was actually postponing these interviews. Believe it or not, I was afraid. I was thinking a couple of different things. So if you go to want to do these, you need to do these. Maybe this rings true for you as well. Oh my God, I'm starting again. What are people going to think? Are they going to be able to trust me? Are they thinking I'm not good at what I used to do, or I'm quitting what I used to do, or blah, 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 blah? And the other one was, will they confirm my idea, or will they say it's crap? And that's the reason I'm doing it, because I don't want to go and put an offer together like I have 14 other times and it's been crap and it hasn't sold. But it's so interesting to watch those thoughts bubble up. And that's exactly what it is I'm doing. I hope you can hear what I'm saying. The impossible goal has made me look at my thinking and take different actions, and look at my thinking and keep going, versus what I've done in the past. Oh, I've already got 200,000. We're good. I don't have to look at the nonsense. So as a result, what I'm doing now is flirting around with the offer stack. I'm asking them, what would you like? And of course, it's really hard for them to do that, right? But I said, I don't want to build anything ever again other than what someone needs. So, as a funnel builder, as a Go High Level expert, it has been incredibly challenging not to go into my Go High Level account and build everything out. The only thing that I did get started was starting from the bottom again. I get the opportunity to correct some of my other business mistakes. One of my other biggest business mistake was no tracking. And I mean, I can see inside of Go High Level that the client came through here and did all of this inside of Go High Level. What I was missing was what's happening outside of Go High Level before they get to me. And that is gold, because clients are taking 6 months to a year to make a decision, and they are not going through your traditional funnel that you can track them from an ad. No, good luck. They are coming from here to here to here and over here, and might opt in and over here and then send me a Facebook message. If I don't have that contact in one place, and I don't have UTM links, and I don't have tracking on forms, etc., where they came from, I am hooped, because I need to know, where did they come from? What lead magnet did they actually come through? And then which one of them purchased, has the highest purchase rate? Which one of them moved them to the next level? Which one of them, wow, can you hear where I'm going? Because it's going to take an incredible amount of time, energy, and money to win today. You've got to be better at marketing. You've got to be better at tracking. So if I have the data, I can be better at marketing. I'm going to beat everyone else in my space simply because of that. Second, with AI, I need all this data to feed back to AI. What am I going to give it? Hogwash? I'll get hogwash back. Yes or yes, right? So let me show you inside of my high level account the very little minimum that I've done. And as a Go High Level expert and a funnel building expert, what I hear people doing, I was on a call with someone yesterday on one of my support calls, wants to do a new business and said, should I do a webinar funnel? And what? To who? About what? What problem? Do you have the 300 slides you're going to need and the offer and all the money to run that traffic? Like, what are you thinking? But I've told him 4 times to go do some research, and his brain is just like mine. But I'm starting to wrangle mine a little bit better and just go do it anyway, right? So let's go in, and all we have in here are a few automations, like seriously, nothing else. And I brought in a couple around email engagement and things like that, because I was just playing while we were working together. I was working together with a friend on these data tracking. So we've got a new contact in the CRM is sending the lead to the spreadsheet. Let me show you what's going on. It's going to create a row in a spreadsheet that's going to give me all of the codes that I'm looking for, the refer, source, medium, campaign, content, and term. So if we go back and we take a look at my spreadsheet, this is a little bit more complicated, but let's be clear that this is the leads and sales spreadsheet tracker. I'll know exactly where everyone's came from. This is my lead magnets. And then I'm using a UTM tool that's going to tag the traffic appropriately. I don't even know what to put on here yet, because I don't know what my lead magnets are. Haven't even got that far. I am studying Ryan Dice's Leads on Demand program to do some $50 testing with first impressions on problems, then some lead magnet headlines. Like seriously, we're starting from scratch. I need the client data to go and get this information, the sentences, the feelings, all of this from them, so that I can then get started here and then I'll know what lead magnet funnel to build. Now I've got 100 lead magnet templates. I'm going to be fine. I'll build it in my sleep, right? But most of us would do it the opposite. And in 2025, you absolutely can. Okay, and then next, it simply was me. What is it that I needed to take care of? The first question that was posed to me was, Pamela, as a thought leader, do you have enough energy? No, like a big NO. No, I didn't. I'm struggling with some of my health issues. I'm 58 years old. I am going through some hormonal problems that I've been just dealing with. I thought it's just a part of growing old. Can you hear the thinking? Can you hear that? I went from I'm 58, I am experiencing low energy because of my age. Is that true? Is that true? I don't know because I didn't check. First thing I did, set an appointment with my doctor. I have someone who's helped me with my hormones and things over the last couple of years to help me lose some more weight. And yes, $190 an hour, but okay, let's just go do it. Like, what bullshit? What bullshit? I'm telling myself. Can you hear the lies that you tell yourself? And it simply is why, if I go do that, I'm going to have to step out and do some really challenging things. I'm going to have to think again. I'm going to have to put my brain into gear. And my brain doesn't want to do that. My brain wants to be over here eating chips. Enjoyment, ease, and energy efficient. That's all it wants to do. And it can't do anything other than right now. It doesn't do the future. So I have to kick into my future self. And my future self is kicked in because of the $1 million goal. We go into the prefrontal cortex and we go, let's plan, let's figure this out. And then the one in the back, the amygdala goes, no, that's frightening. Don't do that. So then I have to keep my vision out front so strong so it keeps pulling me forward. So doctor, have to look at the pain in my knee, have to look at my energy level, have to look at the hot flashes. Like obviously something's not right. I started to do some research on hormones and things like that. What a mess you can get into online. And I got overwhelmed and I walked away. So I have to look at my age differently. I am not done. The society that we live in has told us that we are nothing but hags. We are all washed up. And I was buying into it myself. And I said, absolutely no more. I ordered new clothes. I keep very sweatpant, yoga pant on the bottom and put a top on top. And then go to do some reels, I'm wearing sweatpants on the bottom. So it stops me from doing the things I need to do. Simply order pants. It's not like I don't have the money. I have the money. That's not my problem. My problem is my thinking, why bother? How many times do you say that to yourself? Why bother? It's not even worth it. Then I started ordering books. Let's get some more thought leadership. I provided a space outside on my balcony where I could sit and read and be comfortable and enjoy the Mexican winter that is nice and cool by the water. The other reason I'm not where I want or need to be is really, really simple. This journey isn't just about reaching the $1 million. It's really about uncovering those thoughts and patterns that hold me back so that I can finally break through them. And the only way to do that is to fail and fail and fail and fail and fail. I was so scared of failure, but only in public, right? I failed how many times in my house? How many times did I start a diet, not continue? How many times did I say I was going to build the business and didn't continue? That's why I don't set goals. That's why you don't set goals. That's why we don't put it out on the internet, because I'm going to fail in public. Well, what if this is the only way to do this? That's what my coach said. Simply, when I said $10 million, I set the goal. Why did I not hit the goal? And she simply said, you did not fail enough. What? What are you talking about? So I've got to fail and I've got to fail and I've got to fail again, because the alternative is also failing. That was a wake-up call for me, right? And the other reason to set the $1 million is I'm going to really, really, really learn and learn and learn, especially learn to love. So it's 25 fall flat on my face public failures every single quarter. That's what my coach recommends. You write them down. I've got them written down. And the first was go ask for interviews. The second was build a spreadsheet and ask the questions. I don't know what questions to even ask. Okay, let's just start asking questions. So 2 right away. I didn't wait for the sheet to be perfect. I didn't wait for me to be perfect. I didn't make up, okay, I did. I made up some stuff about what people would say. And then at the beginning of the call, I just said, you know what? I really love you and I really want to talk more to you. I'd like to stay focused on this and let's book in another call to catch back up. Okay, so then that makes the balance work for me in a way that I really want for myself and who I am and what I stand for, right? So perfect. Because failure is where the real work begins. Can you see I would not even have tried if I wasn't willing to fail on those first two pieces? And that's why that gentleman is not moving forward on every call, because he doesn't want to fail, right? And the fear, the doubt, the self-criticism, those are the voices that are holding me back, and those are going to hold you back, and those are what I need to look at. So the beauty of this goal really is it forces me to deal with all of these thoughts. Yeah, all of the thoughts that are going to keep me really, really small. And that's actually not what I want. Like, it sounds interesting, doesn't it? Like and maybe for you too, like, I don't want that, but why does it keep happening? Because your brain has this way of trying to keep you safe. It's a false sense of security, yes or yes, because I don't hit my goal. Talking with a lady yesterday, false sense of security in not reaching out and doing the things she needs to do in her business, but she's not got a home in May. Can you hear it? But her brain will kick over because her brain will go, oh, this isn't safe all of a sudden in April, and it'll kick over. But the turmoil and the psychological bullshit that she's going through between now and May is absolutely horrendous, and it's exhausting. So she needs to step out and try to fail as well. And these failures, they really have to be out big. They can't be behind the scenes. They can't be, oh, I didn't do that, so I'll just call that a failure. No, they have to be real failures that are going to bring up these voices that you need to hear so that you can then start to change the voice. It's these voices in the background that are exactly what I need to deal with and the ones that you need to deal with, right? It's the same for you. The thoughts that come up don't come up all the time until you set a goal, right? When you're overwatching Netflix, I don't hear as often, I'm not good enough. People are going to think I'm a fraud. This isn't going to work. You're not worth that. People are going to think you're greedy. But they come up when I go to set a goal. So these are good things to happen if you're in a business. Now, if you're not running a business, that's fine. That's why people don't grow. They don't have anything to push them forward. There's nothing that says, hey, other than if there is an actual wolf at the door, they might get up and do something, yes? These goals are so important to give you the tool, which is the awareness to move forward. That's why an impossible goal is so important, because it's going to force me, it has already forced me to face them. And it's not going to be just once. It's every single goddamn day. I have to sit down and go, I am not worthy. Is that true? No. Okay, what could be true? Oh, I am worthy, or I'm willing to believe I'm worthy. And if that's true, what would I do? Well, I might go and talk to someone, right? So it's really important to understand that this journey isn't just about me. I want to show you what's really possible, because what you're hearing out there right now is still a bunch of bullshit. You are hearing people say, well, if I'm going to build a business again, I would start here and I would do this. And I thought, well, then fucking do it. Let's go, right? I'm going to do it. I'm showing you my account from zero. Everything's at zero. I don't have a lead magnet. I am going to simply show you the interviews when I get them done, pulled off the sheet with the information. I'm going to show you me walking through some Facebook ads. I'm going to show you opening up and building my high level account. So that's what you get when you just stay with me. So subscribe, go ahead. If you want to get a Go High Level trial, there's a link down there somewhere below too, and walk through this with me. Let's build this together. Let me show you how I'm building my account. You want what I just built? I'll give it to you absolutely no charge, because this moving forward and making these changes in my own business is all about growth, connection, authenticity, all of these values that I've uncovered, and I need to share them with others because I'm also a leader. I'm going to help you look at different things along the way, right along with me, and dive into everything that I'm doing. And next week, we're going to dive a lot further into this ideal client so that you then can see what is it that I've uncovered, and maybe it's important for you to do the same. That's why this is happening. I want you to win. And I've got a book. If I'm so smart, why can't I get clients? I'm following my own advice. I'm following my book. Yes, I am. And if you want to get on the wait list for the book, it's down below as well. So if you're ready and you want to build a new business for 2025 or improve the one you have and watch me fail utterly, miserably, look forward to seeing you next week.